Well, hello everyone. And welcome to my shop. All right, everyone, and welcome back to my shop. Boy, what a difference a day or two makes around here. 2 days ago, it's in the low 70s. I've got the shop wide open. I've got a short sleeve shirt, running around even in short pants when I'm outside. Yesterday, it hit the 30s and it rained. Today, it's in the mid 40s. No rain, but it's just cold. So anyway, today, we're going to get back on this GMC 100. Wow. Okay. And anyway, so we're going to get back on it. I'm going to get quiet now and get to work. All right. Well, one thing I've noticed is that this poor old GMC, it just doesn't garner the same attention that Chevrolet does. I don't know what it is, but when it comes to on this here YouTube, the Chevrolet just gets much more attention, more views, more subscriptions, more likes than this poor GMC does. So I think, to keep this poor GMC from feeling left out, I think I've come up with an idea that I'm going to do to see if I can't get this more up on par with the Chevy. I mean, the bodies are almost the same. The frames are almost exactly the same, with the exception of the grille and the surround and the front cross member, number one cross member. Most everything else is identical to the Chevy. I just don't understand it. So let's see if this solution will help it out some. So let's try this. Whoa! Oh! Where'd that come from? Let's oh, I put the wrong thing up there. Oh, sorry about that. Here. Well, what do you think? Think that'll work? Think that'll get some more hits, some more likes, and some more subscriptions? Well, let's see, because I got a lot of work to do with this GMC. All right, throwing some holes, getting everything lined up. Hope we had some power. Okay, the board is loosely bolted on the passenger side. We're working on the driver's side now. And trying to get these lined up. Alright, that's for the stud that goes through. There's the other one. course we won't. All right. That's where I want it. All right. Inch. Okay. Okay. All right, that's where I want him. It's perfect. It's perfect. All right. Now that'll bolt it right into the lip to the front of the pedestal. And these holes here are for the actual studs that are on the seat mounts themselves. They won't have bolts going through. So anyway, so far so good. All right. All right. Here's kind of a close-up of the angle iron. Let's put a little light shining up that way. Okay, you can see the bolt coming down there. There's two bolts that's going to bolt through the lip of this pedestal to hold the angle iron, and there'll be two studs, one through here and one through here. That's part of the seat that'll help anchor the seat to the plywood. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to test fit the seat, and then make sure that I make my marks for my front mount holes like I did up there on the passenger side. Get that in, and then I'm going to put a piece of I may go with a piece of angle as far as I can and do several bolt ups on the side here and get rid of this one that I kind of mocked up. So anyway, we're moving along. This driver's side seat's a whole lot easier to mock up. Okay. All right, he's down. All right, they're both down. Okay. Make sure that's good. Okay, I'm getting the front holes marked. Now the studs from the seats go all the way through. That's good. And let's see, this back hole's lined up good. All right, so once I get this front mount situated, I'll get some additional side mounts done, and I believe this puppy will be just about ready. All right. I can actually leave that on there. Remember, the whole idea is to be able to get this whole piece of plywood down on here with the seats bolted to it. So, there we go. I'm gonna zip a couple holes in it and I'll be right back. All right, I zapped a couple holes in the front of the angle iron that the seat mounts will bolt to. Let's see if we can get this in there. And all these holes lined up. And see what we got to deal with. All right, where's my two lined up bolts? Sometimes it'd be easier if I just took the seat off. I may do that. It's light enough to maneuver around easily. All right. All right. Good on there, good on there. All right, now we can put it back. Looks good. Oh man, that's almost scary. I'll get a couple bolts. Gotta come all the way over to this side of the deadgum truck. Tell you what, I do some walking. I'm gonna borrow my wife's Fitbit one of these days. All right. There we go. Gotta have enough room to get a bolt to it too, also, and a lock washer. All right. So basically, I'll show you a close-up. All right. Okay. Now you can see the bolts. We'll come back a little bit. You can see the bolts. See if I can do this. Maybe I'll get me a head-mounted. What do you call that? GoPro one of these days. All right. You got this. All right. That's for the seat bracket. Then you got the bolt here that bolts the front of the whole plywood and angle iron to the pedestal. Now again, I'm gonna put an angle iron across here next, and that's a wide gap there, maybe too wide, but I'll start from there and go all the way as far as I can, because you know this angle's in. So, but anyway, of course, now the whole idea is the seat's going to be bolted to the plywood, and then I'm going to be able to bolt this bolt. Let's put the light back up here. Bolt this bolt right here. And this bolt, when I put this whole assembly on there, then I'm going to have two down this way. And I'm going to have two down that way. Okay? So, I'm not putting anything in the rear because I can't get to the rear. Unless I take the gas tank out. And we ain't going there, folks. And that'll be good enough. Now, this is all being done because of one mount. You know, and I'm still thinking on it. And this is the deal. That mount right there. I cannot get to it once these seats are in. The only way to put to bolt that mount to this plywood is with the plywood and seat out of the truck. So there's not enough room, even with access holes, to get to it. So, that's how come the plan is what it is. You notice I got the hole here drilled for the other one, and I'm going to mark that one so I can drill it when I get it out. So anyway, moving along. All right, we've got the seats fully mocked in. What we've got here is we've got a 1.5 inch angle iron bolted to the pedestal 3 bolts. We've got the rear seat mount going through the plywood, through the angle iron, bolting to the angle iron. We've got another bolt here that's going to bolt the plywood to the angle iron. Here in the front, we've got 2 bolts on the leading edge of the seat pedestal that bolts the angle iron to the pedestal, and then we've got the 2 front seat mounts that are going to bolt the seat to the angle iron. So and I've actually done that on the other side, but I'll show you. What I'll have to do is, in order to get to the 2 rear inside seat mounts, I'm going to have to bolt the seats to the plywood and then take the whole assembly and put it in. When I do that, this bolt will not be in, this bolt will not be in, and those 2 there in the front. I'll actually bolt them in once I lay the seat assembly down, and I'll put some notes with it. There'll be a lot of notes to go with this truck anyway if I do sell it. But anyway, the other side's similar. I believe that's going to be more than strong enough to hold it, and the height looks good too. So we're fully mocked up. I'm going to take a seat test now. All right, keep in mind, these are just mocked in. They're not totally bolted in. So it may be a little on the loose side. But, all right. Yeah, I think that'll do pretty good. All right. Of course, I ain't got a door. But anyway. Yeah, I believe this will do. Oh, it's a whole lot more comfortable. And plenty of room. Oh, it feels good and stout, not even being fully bolted in. So anyway, I believe that'll do. So I need to do some marking to make sure bolts and washers and everything stays in the positions I want them to. And then we're going to take all this out and get to preparing this thing for looking a little bit more presentable. I got some sanding to do. I've got some taping to do. So, but with the seats fully mocked in, that's pretty good. You know, I haven't sat in the passenger side. I may have to. This flip up. Well, I have to move the seat up. Well, that's all right. I believe that's going to do just fine. Cool. So, my GMC, Chevy, is looks like it's got some seats. I still haven't looked at what I'm going to do about that hole yet. To tell you the truth, I think I've got a real cheap plan I'll do first. You know, from way back in the day, they used to brag about these beads that would go in the seats. And oh, back there you go. See, we just up here. Oh, too much belly. But you know, them beads that's supposed to be good on your butt and back. I may put one of them pads in there, man. I don't know. We'll see. You know, this grill, I'll cover this when I get more into it, but this General Motors, this speaker grill and was painted black. And I spent about a couple hours just sanding it down with to get it back to this. It's not chrome, I guess it's kind of a stainless finish. It looks a whole lot better in black, and I'm gonna leave it like that. Need to get this funky red color off. But anyway, there you go. I think it's gonna work out pretty good. All right. Seats. Imagine that plywood being painted the dark brown like the pedestal. It won't stand out. And here's the passenger side, the same. All right, I believe, all right, looks like that driver's seat could go back some more though, doesn't it? According to this. Well, that just curves in. All right. Because I think I pushed it all the way back. All right. There's some seats mocked in. Well, all right. I seem to have got some something accomplished again today. You know, the more I look at those seats, the better I like them. I mean, they're really comfortable, and dimensional wise, from the from the floorboard to here, from the wheel to here, they're real close to matching the same dimensions as that original bench seat. You know, with the gas tank behind the seats, you know, you only can go back but so far. And these are real comparable as far as the seating position as the stock seat is, other than, I hate to say it, but these are a lot more comfortable. And so, I'm pretty happy with them. I'm going to kind of leave them in a little bit and play, you know, just look at it a little bit more before I pull them out and get to some grunt work, because that's what's coming up next, is the grunt work. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. You know, take advantage of this time that we have to spend away from people, with you know, being with your family and talking to them over the phone if you can't be with them physically. But stay safe. Take it easy, and I'll see you around. See you.